Hi my dear students, welcome back to the session. Now we need to discuss zero force members in a given truss. We need to determine number of zero force members. Here we are having two rules. One is 3 members rule. 3 members rule. Here we are having two conditions. 3 members rule. Write down the conditions. Conditions. 3 members. 3 members connected by the joint. 3 members connected by the joint. In that 2 members must be collinear and no load acting at the joint. Then once these two conditions are satisfied, then force in third member must be zero. Okay, see here, this is 3 members rule. Okay, 3 members rule. Condition number 1. 3 members rule in the sense 3 members connected by the joint. In that 2 members must be collinear and no load acting at the joint. Once these two conditions are satisfied, then force in third member must be zero. Okay, it is non-collinear member. You can call it as a non-collinear member. Okay, 3 members like this. Okay, case 1. Here, say that connected by the joint A, B, C, D. A, B, B, C and B, D. Okay. So here these two are collinear. Here A, B and B, C are collinear. Collinear, no load acting at the joint, then force in non-collinear member must be zero. Okay, how to prove it? You can call it as case 1. Here, draw free body diagram at joint B. At joint B. Now, joint B, here it is TBC, TBA, TBD. Then sigma V equals to 0, you can call TBD equal to 0. Force in the non-collinear member must be 0. Okay, understood now? 3 members connected by the joint, in that 2 are collinear. Collinear means both members are in the same line. Okay, in that case, okay, force in the non-collinear member must be 0. Once these two conditions are satisfied, then force in the non-collinear member must be 0. Okay, so first write down up to here. Even it is inclined, that doesn't matter. even it is perpendicular or inclined, that doesn't matter here. Whether it is collinear or not, that only matters. Right on up to here. These are the conditions and 3 members rule. Okay. Now, case 2. Different case. Here it is A, B, C. Here the member is inclined, it's making an angle theta. Here also, these two are collinear. Okay, so force in the non-collinear member must be 0. Okay, no load is acting at the joint. So how to prove it? Free body diagram at joint B. Joint B. It is very simple. Joint B, TBC, TBA, TBD. It is making an angle theta. Now resolve the components. TBD cos theta, TBD sin theta. Here sigma V equals to 0. TBD sin theta equals to 0. Sin theta is not equal to 0. That is why sigma BD must be 0. Okay, so even it is inclined, force in the non-collinear member must be 0. Now we can discuss one problem based on 3 members rule. Now we need to determine number of zero force members in the given truss. Okay, so we can solve that problem based on 3 members rule. Now you understood now, in 3 members rule, 3 members meeting at the joint, connected by the joint. In that, 2 members must be collinear and no load acting at the joint. In that case, force in non-collinear member must be 0. Even it is perpendicular or inclined, that doesn't matter. Okay, follow this rule blindly, you will get proper results. I think for civil engineering students, it is very important topic. So you will get trusses in structures. So you are having enough number of questions based on zero force members. Okay, it is very important for mechanical engineering students also. Okay, so now we can solve one problem based on the zero force members. Right now, determine number of zero force members in the given truss. Determine number of zero force members in the given truss is dash. Okay, so here this particular truss A. Okay na, so first draw the truss properly. Draw the truss. Okay, here it is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, so load is acting here. Here it is F. They are asking number of zero force members. First write down the, draw the same truss here. Draw the same truss. Load acting here, it is F of course. Now okay, load acting here, A, B, C of, it is good actually, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. It is looking good actually. ठीक है, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. ठीक है. Now, just have a look on this. First, here AB, BD and BC. Okay na? AB, BD and BC. Three members are meeting here. And AB and BD are collinear. Both are in the same line. Then force in the non-collinear member BC must be 0. So force in this particular member equals to 0. Okay, just rub this and put a dotted line. Force in that particular member is 0. Now AC, CE, CD. Okay, clear na? Here these two are collinear. Here these two are collinear. In this, three members are meeting are connected by the joint. Two members are collinear and force in the non-collinear member must be 0. Okay, just rub this. Force in this member equal to 0 and BD, DF, DA. Okay, so here three members are meeting here, no load acting at the joint. Then force in non-collinear member 0. Okay, so this question given in GATE actually. Okay, force in this particular member equals to 0. Now, similarly, force in EF equal to 0. Same logic. Okay, so this member and here. These three members connected here, no load acting at the joint. Then force in this particular member equals to 0. Okay, so force in that member equals to 0. Now, here also same thing now. Force in this particular member equals to 0. Okay, force in this member equals to 0. That's it. Okay, so here you will get force in this member. This. How many members here? How many members? Tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 members. Okay, number of 0 force members equal to 5. So it is very simple logic. 3 members are meeting at one point and in the 2 members are collinear, then force in the non-collinear member equal to 0. Number of 0 force members equal to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Right on up to here. This is one of the previous year GATE question. Apply 3 members rule. Okay. Next, question number B. Question number B. Here also we need to apply same logic. First, draw the truss properly. Clear? Thus, A, your load acting at this point, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Okay? This is the given truss. Now, just draw the same figure. ठीक है? Clear now? And load acting at this point, it is F, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. ठीक है? So now start from one end. ठीक है? So here start from here. Start from here. These two are collinear, of course. These two are collinear. Then force in the non-collinear member must be 0. Okay. So force in the member DG equal to 0 because no load acting at the joint. Okay. Just remove this. Force in this member equal to 0. Okay. You removed it. Just remove it. Now tell me how many members meeting at this point? 1, 2, 3. No load acting at the joint. These two are collinear. Then force in this member equivalents to 0. Of course, it is equivalents to 0. Now, apply the same logic. These two are collinear. Force in this member equivalents to 0. Force in this member equivalents to 0. Apply same logic. These two are collinear. Non-collinear member, no load acting. Force in this member equivalents to 0. Okay. 0. Now start from here. These two are collinear, non-collinear member. Force in this member equivalents to 0. Okay. Same logic. These two are collinear, no load acting. Force in this member equivalents to 0. Force in this member equivalents to 0. Then force in this member equivalents to 0. Force in this particular member equivalents to 0. Okay. So yeah, these two are collinear. Force in this non-collinear member equivalents to 0. This is the way to determine number of 0 force members in the given truss. Okay. How many members having 0 force? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number of 0 force members in the given truss equivalents to 9. 4, 4, 1, 9. Okay? So this is the way to determine number of 0 force members in the given truss. Right on up to here? Understood now? First see how many members are connected at a point. Whether two members are collinear or not. Yeah, 2 members are collinear, no load acting at the joint. Then force in non-collinear member must be 0. That is called 3 members rule. Okay, by that you can determine number of 0 force members in a given truss. Next, completed now? Now, question number C. Question number C. ठीक है, क्लियर, getting now force is acting here. F, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. ठीक है, now how to determine number of zero force members in the given truss? It is acting F2, F1, F3, F3. ठीक है, so now start or solving this problem. ठीक है, so here draw the same figure again. Here ठीक है, F1 here, F2 here, F3 is acting here. Now here it is what? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, L, M, okay, fine, it is not there, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Now, first force in this particular member equal to 0. These two are collinear. So force in this member equivalents to 0. Okay, force in BC must be 0. And these two are collinear. Then force in this member equivalents to 0. Force in BD equal to 0. And these two are collinear. Force in DE equal to 0. Okay, clear na? Force in this member equivalents to 0. These two are collinear. Then force in this member equivalents to 0. Similarly, force in this member equivalents to 0. Okay, and these two are collinear. Force in FG equal to 0. Sorry. FG equivalents to 0. It is equivalents to 0. Now here tell me, these two are collinear. Force in GH equivalents to 0. GH equivalents to 0. These two are collinear. Force in GI equivalents to 0. Okay, GI equivalents to 0. Here you should not apply like this. Why? Because three members are meeting, two are collinear, but load acting at the joint. So force in this member not equivalents to 0. Apply same logic here. Here it is 0. Here it is 0. And force in RQ equal to 0. RQ equal to 0. These two are collinear. Force in PQ equal to 0. PQ equal to 0. Okay, so apply same logic. These two are collinear. Force in OP equal to 0. Okay, OP equal to 0. Then these two are collinear. Force in the ON equal to 0. ON equal to 0. This is 0 force member, so no need to count it. These two are collinear. These two are collinear. Then force in this member equivalents to 0. Of course, 0. Okay. Next, for these two are collinear, no load acting at the joint. Then force in this particular member equivalents to 0. Force in this member equivalents to 0. Now tell me number of 0 force members in the given truss. Number of 0 force members in the given truss equivalents to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Total 14 0 force members present in this particular truss. Write down up to here. Correct na? 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's it. So it is a just example for 3 members rule. Okay? 3 members are meeting at the joint, 2 members are collinear. 2 members are collinear. Then no load acting at the joint. Force in the non-collinear member must be 0. Once you remove it, again we need to apply same rule here. Like that we need to follow. Okay. So next, question number D. Now write down question number D. force acting here. This is one of the truss. Okay, so here just give the numbers A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, so now we need to determine force in number of zero force members here. Okay, draw the same truss again. ठीक है, load acting at this point, it is F. ठीक है, so now give the numbers, names A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now how to determine number of zero force members in the given truss? Start from here. These two are collinear, of course. Okay, no load acting at the joint. Force in the non-collinear member must be zero. Force in the non-collinear member must be zero. Similarly, these two are collinear. Non-collinear member, no load acting at the joint. So, force in this member equivalents to zero. So, force in this member equivalents to zero. Next, here these two are collinear. Force in the non-collinear member, force in the non-collinear member must be zero. Okay, so force in the non-collinear member must be zero. Then here also same thing, these two are collinear. Force in the non-collinear member must be zero. Okay, so force in this member equivalents to zero. Okay, so is it the end? Tell me, is it correct? So once you stop at this moment, you will get wrong answer. Why? Because once you draw free body diagram at joint B, free body diagram at joint B, what you will get? Tell me. TBC, TBC. Okay, and reaction at this point HB. No vertical reaction. Why? Because it is a roller support. And what is the force in this member? TBA, TBA. When you see this kind of setup, this kind of thing, just observe that force in this member must be zero. Understood na? Force in this member must be zero. TBA equivalents to zero. Okay, so force in this member becomes equal to horizontal reaction. Then vertically, once you draw free body diagram here, vertically this force is not balancing now. So what is the force in this member? Must be zero. Of course, sigma V equivalents to zero. Then TBA equal to zero. So force in this member must be zero. Okay, so force in this member also becomes zero. But here you should not apply that rule. 3 members are meeting, but 2 members are not collinear, and here no load acting at the joint. That is okay, but 2 members are not collinear. That is why you should not apply 3 members rule. Okay, so we applied 3 members rule successfully. Then you got how many number of zero force members? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a trick actually. Force in this member must be zero. Okay, so when you see this kind of thing now, so we need to observe that force in this member equal to zero. Just draw free body diagram at this point. When you see roller support now, you will definitely get this kind of thing. Okay, so once you see roller support, so just observe that. Okay, so once you draw free body diagram here, TBC, one horizontal reaction, okay, and no vertical reaction here. In that case, TBA will come here, sigma V equal to 0, force in this member must be 0. Now, number of 0 force members. Number of zero force members equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. This is called 3 members rule. Right on up to here. Okay? Understood now? So this is also a good point. I will put in a note. When you see a roller support, okay na? So adjacent member is having zero force member. So whenever you see roller support, we need to draw free body diagram at the roller support, then try to find support reaction. Okay? Next. Yeah, roller support is there, then incorporate all support reactions at the free body diagram, then you will definitely get whether you will get or not, that doesn't matter, just check it once. If you get it, it is fine. Okay na? So roller support present in the truss, just have a look on the free body diagram at roller support, you may get zero force member. Okay? But 3 members rule is pakka. Okay? Next question number E. It is a cantilever truss. Okay? It is a cantilever truss. Now, A, B, C, D, E. Clear now? Now, just check it once. Yeah. In this case, no zero force members. Yeah, number of zero force members here. You won't get zero force members. Pakka. Correct na? Here you should not apply this rule. Here also not possible to apply this rule. Now we need to change the figure a little. ठीक है? Yeah. Now force acting at the joint, force acting here, F1, F2, D and F3. Now check it once whether you will get it or not. Yeah, no load acting at the joint, then you will get some more thing. This is the final question. Just I am roughly drawing one figure. So just checking whether you will get this particular thing or not. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. Now just check it once. These two are collinear members. Collinear members. Force in this member must be 0. Force in this member must be 0. Then here also same thing. Force in this member equivalents to 0. Okay, these two are collinear. Then force in this member must be 0. Okay, that is the logic. Okay, Pakka? Pakka na? But it is not a perfect truss. They gave one truss. In that case, number of zero force members 3. These two are collinear, no load acting at the joint, force in the non-collinear member equal to 0. These two are collinear, force in this member equal to 0. And then these two are collinear, force in this member equal to 0. That's it. Okay. So this is number of zero force members. Tell me. Zero force members equivalents to 3. It's just a game. Okay. Next, put it in 2 members rule. Just put it in 2 members rule. Two members rule. It is simple actually, but 3 members rule is very important. Here, 2 members, 2 non-collinear members, 2 non-collinear members connected by the joint. Okay, so non-collinear members means those 2 members are not collinear. Okay, non-collinear members, 2 members are not in the same line. Okay, and no load acting at the joint. In that case, if these 2 conditions are satisfied, these 2 are conditions. These 2 conditions are satisfied. In that case, force in 2 members, force in 2 members must be 0. Must be 0. Force in 2 members must be 0. Okay. So here, case 1. Just have a look on the case 1. 2 members here. This is A, B, C. AB and AC, okay, meeting at the joint, and these 2 are non-collinear members. Non-collinear means these 2 members are not in the same line. Okay, no load acting at the joint. Now draw free body diagram at the joint A. At the joint A. Now tell me, TAB and TAC. So the angle between these 2 is theta. Okay, so it is theta. Now just resolve it. TAC cos theta, TAC sin theta. Now apply equilibrium equations. Sigma H equals to 0. TAB plus TAC cos theta equals to 0. Sigma V equal to 0. Then TAC sin theta equal to 0. Here TAC equal to 0. TAC equal to 0 and TAB equal to 0. Force in 2 members must be 0. Okay? Forces in 2 members must be 0. This is the case. Forces in 2 members must be 0. So first 2 non-collinear members that must satisfy. 2 members are meeting at this point. Those 2 members are not collinear and no load acting at the joint. Then immediately force in 2 members must be 0. Okay. Next case 2. case 2. If you see like this, two members are like this, A, B and C. No doubt, you will directly get it now. So here, what is the free body diagram at the joint A? Free body diagram at the joint A. Here it is what? TAB, TAC. Okay. Sigma H equals to 0, then TAB equal to 0. Sigma V equal to 0, then TAC equal to 0. So here forces in two members must be 0. Okay? So two non-collinear members meeting at the point. Then forces in two members must be 0. That's it. Clear? Right on up to here. So this is called two members rule. Two members rule. Okay, two members, these two are non-collinear members. Okay, so just we have drawn free body diagram at this point. Just take care of the three members rule and two members rule. Whenever roller present, just try to draw free body diagram at the roller. Just check it once whether you will get 0 force member or not. That is more than enough for the topic 0 force member. Okay, this is the boundary. You can solve any problem in any competitive exams regarding 0 force members in the given truss. Right on up to here. So question number F. Check it once, how to find number of 0 force members by using two members rule. ठीक है, F1 and F2. ठीक है. Now it is A, B, C, D, E. ठीक है. It's very simple. Yeah, just direct question actually. It is theta. Okay, so these two members are non-collinear members meeting at the point. Then forces in these two members must be 0. Okay, so force in this member equal to 0. Force in this member equal to 0. You can't apply this particular three members rule here and here also. You can't apply it. Okay? That is why the forces in these two members is not equal to 0. Okay? So number of 0 force members here. Just observe, okay, whether it is possible to apply 3 members rule, 2 members rule and roller problem. Everything you need to think about all 3 conditions, all 3 rules. First 3 members rule, 2 members rule and rollers. Whenever roller present, try to draw free body diagram at the roller. So number of 0 force members, tell me. 0 force members equals to 2. Okay? These two members having 0 force. ठीक है. So once a load acting at this joint, so force in these two members not equal to 0. ठीक है. Next, ठीक है. చాలా అబ్బా. Yeah, this is all about number of zero force members in the given truss. Now you are in position to solve problems in the analysis of trusses by using method of joints and method of sections. In case of simply supported truss and cantilever truss. Okay. So as well as number of zero force members in the given truss. I think our objective is fulfilled. So we have given one objective at the beginning of the trusses chapter. What is that? What is the objective of analysis of trusses? To determine force in the members. What is the objective of the truss? To determine force that may be tensile or compressive, to determine force in a member it may be tensile or compressive member. In simply supported or in perfect simply supported or cantilever truss, when loads are acting at the joint. By using method of joints and method of section. Okay? So in addition to this, we determined number of zero force members in the given truss. First we started with classification of the trusses. We are having two types of classifications. One is simply supported and here cantilever truss. How can you say whether the truss is perfect truss or not? We are having perfect simply supported and cantilever truss, deficient truss and redundant truss. When will you say the truss is perfect? Analysis of trusses can be done only for perfect simply supported truss or perfect cantilever truss. Your given question must be perfect truss. ठीक है? So now you are in position to tell whether the truss is perfect or not. After that, what is meant by tensile force and compressive force? Compressive member and tensile member. ठीक है? Tensile force means a force which is acting away from the node is called tensile, towards the node compressive. ठीक है? Pulling the joint tensile, pushing the joint compressive. We need to assume all the forces in the members are tensile in nature. ठीक है? So like that we need to draw free body diagram. Pulling the joint, pulling the joint. So and in trusses, of course, loads will be acting at the joint. After that, method of joints and method of section. In which case you will use method of joints, in which case you will use method of section. That depends on your maturity. Okay? So in some cases you will get answer at less time once you apply method of joints. Sometimes you can easily solve the problem by using method of section. That depending on the problem. Okay, so which method we need to apply to solve the problem, that you will get based on some practice. We need to solve some list of practice questions. I think you will get some questions on a, you will get a practice booklet on analysis of trusses. Okay, we spend around 7 to 8 hours regarding analysis of trusses. The weightage of analysis of trusses in GATE is 2 marks. It is very simple topic. Everyone can solve the problem. Okay? So small practice is required. Hope you people will do it. If you have any problem and if you have any queries regarding analysis of trusses, just drop me a mail. Okay? This is all about analysis of trusses. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you. We can meet in the next class. Thank you.